Welcome to Cloudy with a Chance of Sprinkles. Today we're going to learn how to make a reindeer cakesicle, the one that has like the gold antlers on it. So you'll need your mold, your chocolate, your popsicle sticks. I have some fancy popsicle sticks here and then a not so fancy one because I'm gonna have to use that for spreading the chocolate around. So here we go. First we're gonna fill our molds with the chocolate. Just put like probably about a tablespoon, maybe a little bit less, into each mold, and then we're going to tap the chocolate around a little bit and then mostly use our popsicle stick to move it around, get it all up on the edges. I like this method as opposed to like trying to tap it all the way around because I feel like chocolate goes everywhere and then you get like a super thick layer, which you don't want a really thick layer because the more stuff you can put in the middle of these cakesicles, the better. So you can see with my popsicle stick, I'm just moving that chocolate around inside the mold, making sure it gets up on the sides, making sure that whatever I scrape off the bottom kind of gets mixed back in. And don't worry, we're going to go back in and get a second coat on the sides so that we don't get any cracking in our cakesicles. Once that's all done, refrigerate it, and then we will pop it back out in about 5 minutes and get some more chocolate on the sides there. So you could just dip a popsicle stick into your melted chocolate and then just start wiping it around the sides here so that we get some chocolate on there, because that is where the chocolate falls off of due to gravity, obviously. So you want to make sure that you have a good layer there so again you don't have any cracking when you take your cakesicles out of the mold. After you get that second layer of chocolate on there, you're going to refrigerate it, and then after that we can fill these cakesicles. So I've just got like a cake pop mixture. It's just mashed up cake and some frosting here, and it's like a cookie dough consistency. So you're just going to push that into your mold. You don't want to fill the mold all the way to the top because you're going to have to put a layer of chocolate on it, and then you're going to want to leave a little bit of space at the bottom too of the cakesicle mold so that you can put some chocolate down there after you put the stick into your cakesicle, and that way you get no cracking where your cakesicle meets the cakesicle stick. You can even go in with a popsicle stick and push it up a little bit to get that gap near the bottom like I was talking about, so we can fill it with chocolate so we don't have any cracking. Now I'm going to take my popsicle stick and put it through the little gap at the bottom there. If the chocolate cracks a little bit, that's okay, because we left that gap on the bottom inside the cakesicle mold that's going to get filled with chocolate, so it'll close up any of the cracking that might have happened. So after you put your cakesicle stick in, you will get some chocolate and put a dollop on your cakesicle, and mostly, like you can see right here, I'm pushing it towards the bottom because it's got a little bit to fill out there, and then you can kind of use your spatula to push it around a little bit. I don't worry too much about getting a flat top, also because I always overfill my cakesicles because I just want there to be more filling because it tastes better. But I don't usually get a very smooth back. You can like scrape it with an offset spatula or even a cake scraper, regular spatula. But as you can see, mine are a little crazy here. And they go over the edges of the cakesicle mold. I'm just going to cut off that chocolate at the end here before I start decorating, and it's going to look beautiful. we have our cakesicles made, we're on to making the decorations for our cakesicle here. So I want to make some antlers and a nose. I'm using yellow fondant here. You can also use modeling chocolate. It doesn't have to be yellow. We're going to paint over it with gold. You can make it whatever color you want. If you want brown antlers, just use some brown fondant or some modeling chocolate. But I'm just going to roll it out, and I want like some thinner pieces. Your cakesicle isn't super huge, so don't get too crazy here. And then I'm going to roll out some other pieces and kind of attach them there. I'm going to end up flipping this antler over, so I'm not too worried about like how the seams are looking, because when I flip it over, it'll look a lot better. And yeah, and then we'll just do that, get a couple little branches on the antler, if you will, and then we'll do it a second time to get the other antler. Now for the red nose, I've got some red fondant, and I'm just gonna make it into like a ball, and you can even make it into like an oval shape. I tried to make it a little bit more ovally here to make it more nose-like looking, whatever I was going for, but you can just do like a ball. You can squish it into an oval. You can even like roll it out and just get a tiny little circle cutter and do that. I wanted more of a 3D look, so that's what I did here, rolling out a thicker piece of fondant. Now I wanted my antlers to be gold, not yellow, so I'm just taking my favorite Truly Mad plastic gold luster dust, and I'm just gonna mix it with a little bit of Everclear. You can mix it with vodka, you can mix it with a clear extract. Any of those will work. I think Everclear gives it the best kind of shine. So I mix that up, and I've got a little paintbrush. I use the ones from Borderlands Bakery. They're my favorite. I'll link them below. And then I'm just gonna paint on a layer or two of this gold onto those antlers. It's kind of difficult because they move around quite a bit, but that's okay. And then you're gonna get that beautiful gold so that we can get a pink and gold reindeer here. Once you have that all done, you could just use some of that chocolate, put it in a little piping bag, make sure it's nice and warm still so that it is not hardening up as you try and pipe it. And then just put your chocolate on your decorations and put them where you want on your cakesicle. And then after that, we're gonna draw on some eyes, and we will have a beautiful reindeer cakesicle. To draw on the eyes, I'm just using an edible black marker here. It's a lot harder to draw on chocolate than it is on like royal icing for cookies or something, but that's okay, it did the trick. You can also take some black some black gel color, mix it with some vodka, and then paint it on there with a tiny little detail paintbrush. Whatever makes your heart happy. You can even do it with chocolate. I feel like that'd be a little bit harder though. So I'm just drawing these on, and then we'll have a complete little reindeer here. As always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you love this video, and I will see you guys next time on Cloudy with a Chance of Sprinkles.